Albert Mussey Johnson was the visionary behind Death Valley Ranch, famously known today as Scotty's Castle. Born on May 31, 1872, into a prosperous Quaker household in Oberlin, Ohio, Johnson hailed from a family of means. His father, Albert H. Johnson, was a prominent banker and investor, with interests spanning railroads and quarries. Following his education in Oberlin, Johnson enrolled at Cornell University in 1892, where he pursued a degree in civil engineering. It was during this time that he crossed paths with Bessie Morris Penniman, who had transferred from Stanford University. Their relationship blossomed, culminating in marriage on November 19, 1896, at Bessie's childhood home, Shadelands Ranch, situated near Concord, California. After tying the knot, the couple settled in a modest residence close to Oberlin, where Albert joined the ranks of the Platform Binder Company. In the same year, Albert secured a loan of $40,000 from his father to delve into mining ventures in Joplin, Missouri, a region experiencing a financial upswing following the uncovering of zinc deposits. Remarkably, within just 12 months, Albert reaped a staggering 500% profit on his initial investment. From 1888 to 1889, Albert served with the Arkansas Midland Railway, a company in which his father held partial ownership. Then, from 1897 to 1898, Albert held the position of secretary and manager at the Mussey Stone Company, another enterprise partially owned by his father. In December 1899, Albert and his father embarked on a journey through Utah and Colorado to assess the potential of various new ventures, primarily focusing on mining and power generation. During one part of their trip, the two were involved in a train collision. Albert's father was killed instantly, while Albert himself suffered a severe spinal injury, leaving him bedridden and unable to move for the next 18 months. Some doctors expressed doubt regarding his chances of surviving past his 40th birthday. Despite living beyond the age of 40, he was permanently disabled by the accident. He walked with a slight stoop and a noticeable limp caused by a large callus that formed on the lower part of his back, roughly the size of a baseball. This injury prompted him to commission custom furniture for increased comfort and standing ease. He also opted for slightly oversized clothing to conceal the callus, and reportedly even had bathroom fixtures tailored to accommodate his back. The injury also impacted his career significantly. Due to his disability, he had to greatly limit the demanding travel required for inspecting mining operations. Instead, Johnson redirected his professional focus toward investment finance. After serving as vice president of the Arkansas Midland Railroad for a year, Johnson, along with E.A. Shedd, a former business associate of Albert's father, acquired the National Life Insurance Company. Johnson assumed the role of treasurer. By 1906, he had risen to become the company's president. In the same year, he also took on the presidency of the North American Cold Storage Company, a warehouse business specializing in trading commodities, particularly butter and eggs. In November 1916, Johnson relocated to a grandiose new residence. This marble mansion, constructed at a cost of $600,000, was situated on the shores of Lake Michigan. Johnson and his wife were deeply devout, following strict fundamentalist beliefs. They abstained from alcohol, tobacco, card games, and theater outings. In 1904, Walter Scott was in Chicago seeking financial support for his famed gold mines. E.A. Shedd and Albert Johnson decided to invest. Despite receiving no profit from his investment, even after learning from his emissary sent to the desert that there was no gold mine, Johnson continued to support Scott. In 1909, Johnson personally journeyed to California to meet Scott. Although he didn't find any gold mines, the dry climate and outdoor lifestyle proved beneficial to his health. Johnson made multiple trips to visit Scott in the desert, and as he realized there was no gold mine, he began acquiring land, eventually accumulating around 1,500 acres. Situated in a lush valley fed by springs, this land would soon become the location of Death Valley Ranch, now known as Scotty's Castle. During the 1920s, Johnson's business ventures thrived, evident in the construction projects underway at the ranch. However, in the 1930s, Johnson experienced a downturn in his fortune, though he remained financially comfortable. He relocated from Chicago to Los Angeles and devoted more time to the ranch. When he passed away in 1948, He left the majority of his wealth and assets to the Gospel Foundation, a charity he established the year before.